Hello, everybody.
Hey. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. Well, welcome to our Pink Possibilities. And Marge, we're so excited that you are here. I know that if you were invited by your consultant or your director, she just sees something really amazing in you. And I love that about women. And to me, when I think about women empowerment, it's like another woman seeing something, in that. So where you're coming in from and who invited you. So if you put that in the chat, we would love to check that out. Also, I really want today just to feel like you are sitting with some girlfriends. So I know we're all busy. I know you may be cooking dinner right now, or you got some kids pulling at your leg, or you're like, oh, I'm driving from here. But I want to really encourage you if you could be present, because I truly believe that there is a life impacting conversations. And I know sometimes just sitting around a couch, sitting with a girlfriend on a Zoom, that you could hear something that could actually impact your life more than you could ever imagine. So, yes, it's fun girlfriend talk, but at the same time, if you're open to whatever God wants to do, I just challenge you, go lock yourself in the closet, go sit out in the car, go for a walk, whatever you got to do with a flashlight, maybe. But seriously, you deserve this. You deserve this. I think so many women, we wear this badge of honor of like multitasking is good. But can I tell you, friends, it's not. We miss the amazing things God wants to do when we're multitasking. So I just want to throw that out there. So, all right. So today's just going to feel like girlfriends. So if you have your, I got my tea. If you guys, what do you guys have? And so you're gonna get to meet our girlfriends. Why don't you guys each just share real quick your name and where you're coming in from?
My name is Cindy Sheppa, and I am coming in from Lindell, Texas.
My name is Julie Hopkins, and I am coming to you from the Woodlands, Texas.
Hi, I'm Denise Wynn, and I'm in Denver, Colorado today.
Hi, and I'm Amy Allgood coming from Shalimar, Florida. So yeah, we got a little bit all over. Normally, Denise and I would both be Florida, but she's in Colorado right now with her mom and getting ready to go to one of our conferences and to Texas. So that's kind of fun. All right. So I want to start with asking you guys a question, the guest in the house, and then you're going to get to hear, I'm going to ask some questions to these beautiful girlfriends of mine, these amazing leaders in Mary Kay. And if you don't know, these are all the top 1% to 2% of Mary Kay. So not only are they building a customer base and selling this product, but they are leading other women to build a business and help them to be successful and make money. So proud of all these amazing leaders in the conversation today. So guess, here's what I want to ask you. In your life right now, in the current season that you find yourself, whether that's no kids, whether it's babies at home, whether it's, empty nesting, maybe it's grandkids, maybe it's, you're busy in your corporate job, you're in the middle of your career, you're retired, whatever it is, what would you say that you want or need more of in your life right now, right? Because how you answer that today will be different than 5 years from now and different how it was 5 years. So think about your current season right now. What is one thing you want or need more of? And ladies, that's actually the first question I'm going to kind of ask you guys as well. But you guys be putting that in the chat. I want you to really have a good foundation of that so you can be thinking about that throughout our conversation. So, Julie, I'm going to start with you. And I'd love to hear how did Mary Kay find you? And maybe what were you looking for that Mary Kay was able to fill in your life? And then on the flip side, I'd love for y'all to share maybe there was something you weren't looking for, but after you got involved and started your business, you actually found it through Mary Kay.
I love this question, Amy. I am kind of unique in the fact that I actually wasn't looking for anything. I was just bebopping along in my life. I was a very busy mom at the time. I say busy. I don't use that word often, but truly, I was simultaneously nursing twin babies every 3 hours around the clock. So I think that warrants the word busy, right? So I had a mom's group, of all things, a mom's group I attended at church. I think it was every other week. This was back in January of 2002. And lo and behold, one January day at one of those meetings at the mom's group, there was a Mary Kay consultant who came to give skincare tips to new moms. So I was all for that. And I was, excited. And she didn't say anything to me that day. I didn't say anything to her, but I got her number from a mutual friend that day. And I thought about calling her because I had known about Mary Kay back in college, dabbled in it, and 9 years had passed. And I thought, now might be a really great time for me to start a Mary Kay business. So I ran home and told my husband, I said, you know what? I'm going to give it the pink pillow test. I'm going to sleep on it. And if I wake up still thinking about it, then I probably should do it. So that's what happened. Literally easy as that. Now, let me just tell you for the second part of your question, what did I end up finding? Well, I may not have known that I needed Mary Kay, but God most certainly knew. And I'm convinced that he had me there that day, that awesome day, for a reason. Because since then, for 24 years, Amy, I have had personal growth that I never knew was possible. I have made friendships all around this country with ladies like you who I would have never crossed paths with ever. And so I am deeply grateful. Not only that, but just the company and the way I've grown as a leader. And I didn't even know I was going to be a leader, right? I mean, we're all directors. And when I first started Mary Kay, I didn't even know what a director was. But 1 year later, I found myself as a director with a Mary Kay car. So great things happen when you just take one step at a time. And so that's my story.
Yeah. And I love you mentioned the friendship, and I couldn't help but notice your picture and my picture, both in the background that you sent me. And so we both have our pictures in here. So fun. All right. I love that. All right, Denise, what about you?
Wow. So for me, I was looking for an outlet from all of the household responsibilities, family, career, everything was really heavy, right? So I thought, and the pressures that I was facing. So just an outlet. So fun, girlfriends, cash, extra money so I could have some flexibility, and also products for me that I could use and improve my skin, and also get my products at cost for myself and my family. So those were some of the things that I was looking for when I got started. But what I found, and I just love you, Julia, she's one of the things I found, right? All of you are my friends. But what I found is that I had tremendous personal growth. In fact, we're coming off of a weekend where we just spent the weekend at Amy Allgood's place. And just the personal growth that we got, I've got pages of notes, and I've been reflecting on my learnings and actually applying my learnings from this weekend. So it's phenomenal what we've gotten from Mary Kay. And then also travel. And just being a better wife, a better woman. I didn't know those were things that were going to result from just building a Mary Kay business. My spiritual growth has been tremendous. So those are just a few things.
Yeah,
Cindy?
I love it. It's so funny. I think people don't realize, right? Like, oh, you're coming into a business, you're learning about skincare, duh, you're going to make some money probably, right? But to know both of you touched on just the impact it's had on who you become as a person. And I always say it is like a personal development course you get paid to do. And people pay a lot of money to go and do those personal developments. And I love that it's a byproduct of our business. All right, Cindy, what about you?
Well, I was a single, young, broke school teacher when I started Mary Kay, and I had found myself in about $8,000 in credit card debt. And that doesn't even count my loans, my student loans that I had. That's just credit card debt. And there's, no matter how hard I worked as a teacher, no matter how many hours I worked, how many weekends I went up there, how many late nights, I would make the same amount of money as the person that went home when the kids went home. And so I was searching for something where I could make some extra money because I could only pay my minimum balance on my credit card, and that's not going to take you very far, right? Very fast. And also I was at a crossroad where I thought that my teaching career was going to lead to being a counselor in the school system. And then I realized that the counselors did a lot of paperwork and not a lot of counseling. And so I was like, okay, Lord, now what? Like, I know I'm not called to teach the rest of my life. I just didn't really know what I was supposed to do. And honestly, y'all, I would have never, ever imagined in a million years that Mary Kay would have been the answer to not just, a way to make some extra money on the side, right? And pay off that credit card debt, but also a lifetime career that would be a dream job for me. I could have never imagined. I mean, I thought Mary Kay women had big blue hair and wore gobs of makeup and went door to door with a little pink box. Like that's what I pictured as a Mary Kay beauty consultant. And so when I was introduced to this and I learned, oh my gosh, I could just do this on the side and it would be fun. I mean, like you get to party, like you get to help women look good and feel good. I was like, this was like fun. Why not? And then, so I did find what I was looking for, more ways than one, right? Is, that I was able to pay off that $8,000 in credit card debt in my first 4 months, working about 5 to 10 hours a week towards my business. And I found a career of a lifetime. I found, my calling. But what I didn't realize I would find in saying yes to this business is the person that God would grow me into, through this journey in Mary Kay. I'm like everybody else said, we're all better versions of ourselves because we did say yes to this business. And my business God has transformed it through my walk with him, because Mary Kay is aligned with the priorities of faith first, family second, career third. My journey in this business has been a faith journey, and my relationship with the Lord has grown so much that he's just really transformed this business into more than just a business, but a marketplace ministry and a mission field. And so I never even imagined that, that was never even a thought in my mind that I would have a business that was a ministry. So that's what I found. What about you, Amy? What did you find? What are you looking for?
I love that you said marketplace ministry. I truly believe that God is moving, and the revival that we are going to be seeing in our country right now is so much going to be through a lot of women in business. So I just challenge you, if that resonated with you, that there is a place for you here. And we are getting to really transform lives through this business. So all the above that you guys said, the only thing I would just add is I really found hope. I was making good money at my corporate job, but I was so unhappy and so unfulfilled. And so I thought there was like something wrong with me. Like I should be content, right? Because it looked like I had on the outside. But what I found is like when you have hope and you have actually something to look forward to, you start living differently. So I'm grateful because Mary Kay wasn't necessarily for me right then. I didn't need it right then because I had money, I had these things, but I was thinking about my future. And I was 23. So I don't know what age anyone is listening. You're never too young, you're never too old. I would just say if there's a unfulfillment in you, like God's stirring something and there's more. All right. So I think we all would agree that when we started, we all probably had a little bit of fear. Anybody? I think when you start anything new, there's like this party that's excited, like, oh my gosh, there's something new. But then you're like, oh my gosh, this fear starts to set in. And then we want to protect ourselves, right? So some of you right now, even watching as a guest, you could be starting hearing us and you get excited. But then this part of you is, but wait, I got to protect myself. And what if I try? And what if people reject me? Or what if people say this? So Julie, I'm going to go back to you for this one. So what were some of those fears that maybe you experienced when you first started?
It's so funny to think back, Amy, because I distinctly remember telling my recruiter, Michelle, and I quote, I know I can sell this product, but I don't think I could ever recruit anyone. And so the reason I said that to her was because I didn't grow up. I wasn't born in Texas. I wasn't raised here. I didn't go to high school here. I didn't go to college here. I was raised in Kentucky, went to college in Missouri. And so I just had the question, how am I going to meet people? The only people I knew were some ladies at my church, and my church was really tiny back then. So I guess that was my main fear, if I had to call it that, would be just how am I going to meet people to grow the business? But what I found was I was a student, I was really wanting to figure this out. And so I just plugged into what Mary Kay had to offer. And, the weekly trainings that I was able to go to back then, of course, we listened to things on, CD in our car, but Mary Kay provides so many resources. There's really no excuse. I mean, we are taught by the very best, and we get to go to seminar every year and listen at the feet of giants in Mary Kay, and they pour all of their wisdom out. So all you have to have is just an eager and willing and excited spirit. And then that's what I found is that just step by step, day by day, inch by inch, it's a cinch. And bam.
I love that. I agree. I tell everybody when they're starting and they're new, I say, if you're teachable and coachable and you have a good attitude, we're going to teach you everything. So I would ask, put in the chat, if you're teachable and coachable, put that in the chat. And I would say the other biggest fear I hear a lot is I don't have time. And so my question, if you maybe are thinking that right now, well, how much time do you think it takes? And most people, when they ask that, they're like, oh, well, probably 15 hours a week. You're thinking part-time. But I would say most of us, and I know I only started with 5 hours a week and was still able to make $1,500 a month. I mean, that's pretty amazing. Like, where can you do that? And that was 20 years ago.
Yes.
So now, I mean, if I did 5 appointments now, I would probably be making, 5 to 6,000. I mean, you're right. Like, because we have so much more of a product line. So, okay, awesome. So I want to ask you this, Cindy, looking back on your, how many years? It's been
24. I just celebrated. 24. So Julie and I were like neck and neck.
Yeah,
right?
I love it. What amazing. I know we should add up all of our, how many years, right? And how much wisdom of all the years. But so looking back, Cindy, what would you have missed out on if you had said no to starting a Mary Kay business?
Oh gosh, you're gonna make me cry. I mean, it does. It pulls an emotion in me when just thinking like where my life would be if I would not have said yes to Mary Kay. When I did say yes, I was young and single, didn't have any children. And my mom was a teacher. My grandma, great grandma, we're all full. I'm a generational teacher, right? And I still get to teach, which is great. It's just a different classroom. But I could barely afford myself, much less a family of 5. And so I was raised in a teacher's home, which she was an amazing mom, but she poured out to 22 children every day. And by the time she got home, she was spent. And so when I was thinking about this business opportunity, I did think about my future and like, oh, this could be something I could start now. And then when I have kids, I can stay home with my kids, but still have adult time. And so the fact that I was able to raise my children, became an instant mama when I got married of 2 little boys, like little boys, a 4-year-old and a baby. And then we had my son, just like a year after we got married. And so the fact that I was able to raise those boys up is just incredible. But also that I was able to retire my husband from his job in corporate America about 8 years ago because of the financial freedom that Mary Kay has given us in this journey. And to be able to take a step of faith and bring him home was huge. And I can't even imagine, where we would be if I would not have made that one simple yes 24 years ago on Valentine's Day. So, I mean, my life would be completely different. My walk with Christ would be different. I just can't even, it just brings tears to my eyes to even think if I would have allowed fear to hold me back. And mine was, I was not a salesperson. I was so afraid that I'd walk into the teacher's lounge and people would be like, don't sell me anything, hide their face. But I realized that this product is amazing. And there's nothing more natural than people falling in love with something and wanting to tell other people about it. And that's what we do. And so, So
I love that. I mean, and I think that anytime we make decisions, there's a ripple effect, whether it's our husbands, our kids, our community, people around us. So, we are meant to shine bright and use our gifts to help others. And you've helped so many others because of that opportunity to say yes. All of you have. All right. And Denise, one more question. And then Cindy is going to give you an invitation to something. Okay. So Denise, why do you believe Mary Kay is still relevant today? Why is it such a great opportunity for women right now to be a part of this company?
Well, we have the best products with the best ingredients. We stay relevant. And we've got solutions for all generations. So it's just something that makes total sense for just about anybody. It's very flexible, and all of the technology has allowed us to move into, you can do this business in so many different ways. Well, whether it's virtual, whether it's in person, there's so much technology out there that Mary Kay has put into our hands. So I would say for those reasons, And then just one last one that I think is so important, but we need to be thinking about our financial security and the fact that I got $10,000 in taxable deductions on my income taxes this year just from my business. That brought me into a lower tax bracket, and I of course paid less taxes. So just those are just a few reasons for you right now. But yeah, and the other thing is, if you do have a job, and I was one that had a corporate job for a very long time, I was able to retire at an early age. So I just retired this past year.
Yay.
And, but I have to tell you that promotions came out of this Mary Kay business. In other words, I learned so much about leadership that I became a very desirable leader in my corporate job, and I got promoted and I made more money, which allowed me to retire earlier. So another thing to think about, if you have a job, you can do this too. All right.
It makes you more marketable for sure. Mm-hmm.
Communication, knowing how to talk to people and make a difference. I'll turn it over to Cindy.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would just say that's such a great point, because a lot of people think, well, like, wait, I like my job, or I have all this going on. And you don't. This is really can enhance your life by having the extra money, working it around your schedule, but also to be able to do that. And I think, 1963, this has been around. It is something that is very secure. So when you can look at the long standing of how long that we've been around. So, and this month, you guys, you could never be starting at a better time. Seriously. Okay. So we want to invite you to be a part of this company, to be a part of our sisterhood. You'd be connected to all of us and our team and our family. And we love that, because you're not ever doing this business alone. Like, we're in this together. We support each other, encourage each other, pray together. So Cindy, tell them, invite them to be a part, and tell me exciting news this month.
Well, there's really, really exciting news. And you can actually make a yes decision and start your Mary Kay business for as little, y'all, this is crazy. This is like crazy. For as little as $10. $10. If you have been like, I need to make a little bit of extra money on the side, or I'd like to save some money somewhere. I need to save some money in my budget. If you've been waiting on a sign, here's your sign, people, right here. This is your sign, $10, which is crazy. And with that $10, you get a free website link that is Mary Kay Runs. It's 24/7, and people can shop online. They ship directly from Mary Kay to that person, and money goes directly into your bank account. What? Like 30 to 50%, like from day one. And you get all of us. You get your very own personal business mentors, coaches that will give you the tools that you need to be successful. And you get to shop for yourself for 50% off, which is crazy. We are twice as cute for half the price. And then you get to make up to 50% on just passing along the products to other people. You get to make a commission, a love check from just passing on this business to other people and empowering others to start their own Mary Kay business. So there's multiple streams of income with Mary Kay, and it's just smart, especially in today's economy, to have multiple streams of income. And so you can do that all with a $10 decision today. And you can even choose to upgrade to our Pro Start Kit, which actually gives you over $400 worth of product to use for yourself and to use to demo at your appointment. So people are getting to try. You're equipped to have the product for people to try at those appointments. And y'all, this is crazy. It's $90 for $400 worth of product. That's like the best Groupon on the planet, right? And so if you put those two things together, that's just $100. All of us that are on here that have been in Mary Kay, 15, 20 plus years, we all started for $100. And let me just tell you, Julie and I, we did not get full-size product in our starter kit. No, we got little demo tubes that look like a science kit. Okay. And so I don't know of anything on this planet that increases in value and stays the same price or goes less, like, except for Mary Kay Startup, right? That's it. Okay. And so this is the time, guys. It is not, we make $10 decisions every day. When you go and get a Happy Meal, seriously, it's crazy that you can make a yes decision. for $10 or $100. I encourage you to do that, but you have 15 days to upgrade, to that. And guys, there's 3 decisions in my life that have forever changed my life. And that is, one is when I said yes to Jesus Christ as my Lord and Savior. 2 is when I said yes to my husband when he proposed to me. And 3 is 24 years ago on Valentine's Day when I said yes to this Mary Kay business. I had no idea really what I was saying yes to. I just knew that I was sick and tired of not having money when I wanted it. And I knew that God had called me to more. And could have never imagined in that one yes decision how that would forever change all of our lives. I mean, it has. And so you have a decision to make. Okay. So you are going to be an A, a B, or a C right now. And you're going to text your Mary Kay consultant as soon as you watch this video. Okay. Whether you're watching it on YouTube or you're watching on Facebook, as soon as you watch this video, you're going to text your Mary Kay girl. You're not going to think too long, because thinking long, things wrong, right? I mean, it's a $10 decision, right? If you have to think a little bit more, do the pink pillow test that Julie did, okay? And so an A is absolutely sign me up. It's $10, right? So what do I have to lose? Worst case scenario is I get this product for 50% off, okay? And I save some money. Or B is, you know what? I'm intrigued. Book me for an MK Q&A so I can ask a few questions and learn a little bit more. Or C is, you know what? I'm completely happy with the way my life is right now. I would not change anything. I'm completely satisfied. I love paying full price to my consultant. I just love being a customer and supporting our small business. And we love our customers. And so send a text right now to your Mary Kay consultant, A, B, or C, and drop it in the comments. Okay. So thank you guys so much for being on today. We are so thankful that you just took the time, a few minutes out of your day to just learn a little bit more. That's a smart woman right there. Right. We can't make an educated decision unless we're educated. Right. So thank y'all for being on today. And thank you for supporting your consultant's small business and her big dreams. Thank you guys.